the tour eclectic. As you can see, we are currently underneath the Ravenel Bridge. We're going to do a walk around. I will flip the camera around of the Mount Pleasant Waterfront Park. I mentioned this before about how pretty this park was and how much work they put into it. And since we were already over on this side of the river on other business, I decided this would be the perfect time to tour this waterfront park. This is the way it should be done. The beauty of this one is access is so easy to it, and parking is great, access is easy, and being right here underneath the bridge, the view is tremendous. So 2 thumbs up to the city of Mount Pleasant for making this waterfront park possible. A beautiful sculpture of our brown pelican. Lots of nice sculptures here. Tidewater terrapins, turtles. Quick sweep over here to our beautiful marshlands. What do we have here? Is this an osprey? Top gun. Bald eagle. Being the Charleston Low Country, I would have expected an osprey. Not many people out here. Way out there in the distance, you can see the cranes for the Wando terminal. Remember, right up here is the intersection between the Wando River going off there to the right and the Cooper River going off to the left. As I say in all my other videos, that's what makes Charleston area famous. It's where the Cooper River and the Ashley River meet to form the Atlantic Ocean. We're back. We're still walking down the main walkway of the Mount Pleasant Waterfront Park. Kind of a little courtyard here. A beautiful little courtyard. I'm telling you, whoever did this, whoever designed, financed, and built this park really deserves a lot of thanks. The statue on behalf of a grateful nation. And if you look close, you'll see the widow holding the flag and the M1 Garand bearing the helmet of a fallen soldier. Beautiful. Any nation that does not honor its heroes will not long endure. Isn't that true? And I love these little oyster shell. I shouldn't say little. They're a little bit bigger than little. Paintings. We have the pelican. The kids walking onto the beach. Over here we used to have my favorite of them. Of course, a deep sea diver, if it hasn't been painted over. It was getting kind of old last time I saw it. That was kind of pretty. I don't remember that one. Deep sea diver used to be over here to the left. Let's see if he's still over there. Ah, yes. There he is. Of course, that's my favorite of the oyster shells. I'm betting that this little establishment is closed. No, maybe not. I'm surprised it is open. And we have the view of the Ravenel up there, looking at it from underneath. It's funny, as a Marine patrol officer, I spent most of my time underneath the Ravenel. I went underneath it at least 1,000 times before I went over the bridge. I was underneath it in a boat for years and years and years, and I remember the first time I drove over it in an actual car. This is an interesting story right here. What we're looking at is the sunken hull that you can see off in the distance right underneath that crane barge over there. Matter of fact, while we're looking, there's the Yorktown and the Laffey in the distance. But what I wanted to show you in reference to that sunken hull, it explains it right here. Commissioned on October 18th, 1919, the Army Quartermaster River Steamer Colonel J.E. Sawyer was the first concrete passenger vessel made in America. 700-ton, 128.5-foot ship able to carry 500 people, was one of 9 built from 1919 to 1920 by the Newport News Shipbuilding Corporation of Newborn, North Carolina. Made of steel and ferro cement. These vessels were named after esteemed deceased Army quartermasters. In 1923, Joseph Sable brought the decommissioned Sawyer, an identical ship, Major Archibald Butt, to Charleston for commercial use. 1926, the Sawyer sank near Adger's Wharf over on this side, Charleston proper, creating a long-term problem for the Port Authority, who dubbed her an old sunken hull. As thousands cheered, the Sawyer was raised on June 22, 1929. After weeks of frustrating yet amusing attempts, the old hull was towed to this site and remains an iconic fixture. Local lore named this steamer the Archibald Butt. However, that vessel was relocated to Miami in 1925. So that's that old hull, no superstructure. We'll turn back around. Titled the Mount Pleasant Pier. It's 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. Wristbands required for fishing, no pets. And as I narrate this video, I'm sure people are looking at me like I'm some type of weirdo talking to himself. But I've been called a weirdo before. We'll look down at the uprights supporting the Ravenel Bridge. Again, as a police diver, I spent many hours underneath this bridge doing security sweeps and checks and all kinds of stuff. We had lots of reasons for diving the bridge, making sure it was safe. And if it was ever attacked, it would be one of these minor supports here, not the main diamond. I'll show you why here in just a little bit. Very nice overhang. Shelter, if you will. Not so much necessary right now, but in the heat of the summer sun here in South Carolina, it would certainly offer a pleasant respite. We are still walking down to the end of the Mount Pleasant Pier on the Tour Eclectic. Flip you around just so you can see my ugly pan again for no particular reason, and the bridge behind me, and back around we go. In theory. There we go. Charleston Peninsula. Again, we talked about it before. Notice how the church steeples are the tallest structures on that side of the peninsula. I goofed up on a previous one and I said that there was nothing taller than the church steeple west of Calhoun. Of course, I was wrong when I said that. It's east of Calhoun. So Calhoun is right about where that big high-rise is with the work crane. And then you'll notice that everything east of Calhoun stays lower than the tallest church steeple. We have some avid fishermen. Is that proper, or would it be fisher people? Still walking out to the tip. I'm not going to time compress anything or edit anything because probably be about a 12-minute video, right at. But I'd hate to miss something that anybody thought was important. There's the Yorktown and the Laffey again, the crane barge. There's the sunken hull that we just discussed between the two uprights. And I am starting to get hungry. Trying to decide what to do for lunch. We could still do a video, the sun is about right, and drive out to Folly Beach for a special tour eclectic. But that might be a little bit much. And by the time we get out there, the sun is going to be shining into the camera lens. So something I have to take into account is what the sun is doing as I drive. A couple of my videos, you'll notice the sun is not in the optimum position to shoot a video. We're almost to the end. When we get to the end, we'll do a quick pan in all directions, and we will cut the video there. Let's look up at the Ravenel. That's what I was talking about, the sun being in my eyes. We'll wait for it to get behind this support in just a second. Now we'll look up at the Ravenel. And back down before the sun messes up the camera lens again. And we are almost to the tip. Not much further to go. Maybe another 120 feet. Not sure why this little sitting location is closed. Oh, looks like the table broke. Good reason. And here we are. Again, I'm gonna stay about where we're at because I don't want the sun to hit the camera lens and mess everything up. We have a big roll-on, roll-off ship, basically a floating parking garage. This is all spoils basin over there, so the trees just form a ring. If you were to look in the middle of it, it's all just mud, and it's where when they dredge the Cooper River, they will pump the mud over into the spoils basin. This is all spoils basin also, right over here. That's not livable land. Of course, someday somebody's going to try to make it livable land and start building houses like this there. And of course, they will sink into the abyss, and we'll look back down the pier. I will flip back toward me. and sign off for this video. For the Tour Eclectic, this was the Mount Pleasant Pier and Waterfront Park. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.